hear people say all the time that they want their voice to stand out in their niche, but what I notice is that they end up self-editing those parts that actually make them stand out. What I've seen, it happens for two reasons. One is when we don't trust speaking our POV out loud yet, and then two, we haven't yet accepted the parts of ourselves that stand out. The first one happens because it can be super vulnerable to say out loud, this is how I see the world, this is how I experience it, this is how my brain works. So naturally, we're going to want to skip that part and then jump straight to the lesson or the points, which, by the way, your truth is never wrong. If it's your truth, it is valid, period. So a good example of this is something I actually did. I remember speaking about breath work. This is how you regulate your nervous system. Here's a diaphragmatic breathing exercise. And what I completely skipped over my experience and my POV, which was when I first started doing breath work, I didn't feel like it was working at all. It was because I had to learn how to get back into my body. You see how that lands completely different? And then the second one happens when there are parts of us that we were taught to hide perhaps. And so we start editing those parts of ourselves out because we're still judging ourselves for it. And so naturally we think other people are going to judge us for it. Another good example of this is when I thought like my too muchness was a turn off. And I was just like, this is so embarrassing. Like I'm so like, I just want to be like a normal person. And I was doing myself a huge disservice because now it was like being more cut and dry and robotic and not, my personality wasn't being able to come out. And when I was able to finally be like, okay, no, like this is my power. I'm gonna say some random shit sometimes, but I'm gonna embrace it because my too muchness isn't anything to be embarrassed about. And so when we're able to start to learn how to embrace those parts of us and how to speak from those parts of us, which are our truth, that's how we stop blending in and start making a name for us, start carving a path out for us, start like standing out a little bit more.